Braggsville, 2015, by Geronimo Johnson stands as a literary satirical novel that navigates the clash between the idealism of four young college students and the realities beyond the campus borders. The novel gained critical acclaim for its sharp social satire and perspectives on race in America, coupled with a distinctive writing style that seamlessly blends realism, poetry, and sci-fi elements. Nominated for a National Book Award and recipient of the Ernest J. Gaines Award for Literary Excellence, the book delves into themes such as social hypocrisy, the absurdity of rigid social identities, and the unconscious adherence to dogma. The narrative kicks off with an omniscient, stream-of-conscious narrator, providing the background of Darren Little May Davenport, a kind and bright yet somewhat clueless teenager. Hailing from Braggsville, Georgia, where the unique spelling of names is a norm, Darren, who belongs to the blue-collar class, differs from the locals in being sensitive and astute, often subjected to teasing. A scholarship leads him to UC Berkeley in Northern California, chosen for its liberal environment, Darren's vegetarian inclinations, the full ride offer, and a desire to distance himself from his family. As the first in his family to pursue higher education, Darren finds himself in a six-person dorm, forming connections with quirky fellow Berkeley students. Among his dorm mates are Candace from Iowa, attempting to fit into the politically correct atmosphere by claiming Native American heritage despite her distinctly blonde hair, Louis Chong, a San Francisco native humorously utilizing his Malaysian identity, and Charlie, a preppy jock and bookish kid from a poor Chicago neighborhood modeling himself after Barack Obama and graduating 2 years ahead. Together, they adopt the peculiar language of Berserkly, laced with expressions borrowed from thinkers like Judith Butler and Noam Chomsky. Darren, to avoid charges of cultural appropriation, starts going by Darren and even dreams in Berserkly. Sophomore year prompts the group to enroll in the course American History X, Y, and Z, Alternative Perspectives, a largely unserious class where discussions about feelings take precedence over academic study. Darren shares details about the Civil War reenactment in his hometown, recently renamed Patriot Days. As a final project, Lewis suggests they travel back to Braggsville and stage their own version of the Civil War alongside the traditional event, humorously labeling their efforts as interventions and playfully dubbing themselves the Four Little Indians. They devise a plan where Candace assumes the role of a slave master, Lewis simulates being lynched, and Darren and Charlie conduct interviews to gather opinions on their intervention. However, upon arriving in Braggsville, the friends are shocked to encounter a community that opposes everything they hold dear. The town, with a population of 712, openly supports the KKK and the Confederacy, disregarding the value of education and maintaining illegal segregation. The liberal ideals instilled at their university seem irrelevant in this starkly different reality. The intervention takes a dark turn, resulting in violence that leads to Lewis's death when he, donned in blackface, pretends to be a corpse, assuming a crowd would not attack a lifeless figure. The sheriff, embodying a stereotypical white Southern male with peculiar diction, interrogates Charlie and Candace. Despite his teasing tone, the sheriff displays intelligence. Charlie responds with a discourse on adaptive testing and identity as performance. Candace justifies her presence in Braggsville, citing the need for radical gestures in art, referencing Gabriel Garcia Marquez's Love in the Time of Cholera. Following Lewis's death, reporters and counselors intervene, but any mention of a lynching is dismissed as authorities deny the existence of such mobs in the South. The remaining 3 students face interviews with FBI agents. After their release, Darren, driven by jealousy and influenced by his town's racist philosophy, falsely accuses Charlie of raping Candace, who sustained injuries during the intervention. Charlie, however, comes out as gay, mocking Darren's accusation and challenging the larger cultural bias. The traumatic experience in Braggsville leads to a collective decision by the students to avoid returning to Berkeley. Candace and Darren transfer to the University of New Orleans, while Charlie opts for a school closer to his Chicago home. Upon returning to his hometown, Darren discovers that the entire town blames him for the failed intervention. Reflecting on his racist upbringing, he realizes that while his education allowed him to escape, it lacked the tools to effectively combat racism. Back in New Orleans, Candace and Darren host Charlie and his new boyfriend, Frederick. The novel concludes with Charlie expressing gratitude for his friends and embracing a more practical, less zealous approach to facing the world. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.